Gilbert Tennant, George Whitefield, and Jonathan Edwards were the big three preachers of the 1730s and 1740s. They preached a message that involved sinners repenting from their old ways of sin, pastors leading their churches in a more competent manner, and Christians being purified in their convictions and behaviors. These messages, conveyed to the people in a very emotional fashion, caused a revival of people's faith. This revival left its lasting mark on the history of the United States as the First Great Awakening.
When studying the two Great Awakenings, it is important to compare their causes and religious impacts. The First Great Awakening occurred in colonial America. Puritanism and Anglicanism both sought to increase their control of the colonies. Inspirational preachers from the time, like George Whitefield and Jonathan Edwards, are still remembered today. The Second Great Awakening occurred after the Revolution. Secularism was on the rise, so evangelists had to spread the reform to increase church attendance. New denominations like Methodism, Baptism, and Mormonism arose during this time.
The First and Second Great Awakenings affected America politically, culturally, and religiously. The religious fervor spawned by the Great Awakening provided the catalyst for political and military action necessary in the Revolutionary War. Through the Awakening, the colonists realized that religious power resided in their own hands, rather than in the hands of the Church of England or any other religious authority. After a generation or two passed with this kind of mindset, the colonists came to realize that political power did not reside in the hands of the English monarch, but in their own will for self-governance.
Although the First Great Awakening did have several notable women, such as Sarah Osborne, who formed a large prayer group at her home, and Bathsheba Kingsley, who stole her husband's horse in order to spread the gospel, it remained primarily a boys' club, and minorities were further marginalized than women at the time. The Second Great Awakening changed as women gained prominence, such as Dorothy Dix, a champion for asylum reform, and Harry Beecher Stowe, the author of Douglas Home's Cabin. Phyllis Wheatley, as well as Jupiter Hammond and Frederick Douglass, exposed the evils of slavery and racism in their writings. Together they gained the largest reach for African Americans in U.S. history.